Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good day I wish to all viewers, honorable judges. I am Zanurin bin Mohamad Safar, currently teaching at SMK Sultan Balisha, Kulim Kedah. I'm presenting my innovation, AANEC, Nurturing Creative and Critical Thinking Skills through AANEC. Alright, this is the abstract of my innovation. I believe it is available in the program booklet, which is offered by the organizer. So now, what is AANEC? Applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. Definitely, ladies and gentlemen, these are the 4 cognitive domains which are included in Bloom's taxonomy. As English language teachers, all of you know, they are taken from Bloom's taxonomy. So now let's look at the issues in teaching and learning. Why this AANEC is created. Now in SKPMT 2 Standard 4, we know that a few elements are examined when teachers teach. So here the focus is on 4.4.1 and 4.6.1, which concern about creative and critical thinking questions. So the first issue, ladies and gentlemen, some teachers, I repeat, not all, but some teachers are not well prepared to pose creative and critical thinking questions to their pupils. And definitely many pupils do not know how to ask and respond to creative and critical thinking questions. So this is AANEC. It is a one-page innovation, and I've included 4 of the 6 cognitive domains which are based on Bloom's taxonomy: applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. As can be seen there, for each cognitive domain there are 4 selected verbs. Surely, as all of you know, there are many other verbs. However, for the convenience of our pupils, only 4 verbs are selected. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the sample questions which are offered under this applying level. And these are sample questions for analyzing level. In this second highest cognitive domain, evaluating, pupils can easily ask questions like number 1, conclude. What is the main idea of this paragraph? Or justify. Number 1, do you agree with the idea mentioned in the text? Why? Now we have come to the highest level of cognitive domain, that is creating, and as can be seen here, there are many sample questions offered to the pupils. Like number 1, how would you improve the story, or how would you improve the character? Definitely teachers, when the pupils are guided well, are coached well, for sure after some time they will be able to ask this kind of question, this kind of creative and critical thinking questions to themselves, to their partners, and to their group members. So now we have come to the usage and implementation of AANEC. To me, AANEC is a very practical innovation. Why do I say so? Because it can be easily implemented in 3 phases like this. Phase 1, ladies and gentlemen, is about getting the pupils familiar with the levels of cognitive domain. Let them be familiar with the model questions. And then in phase 2, it's about applying the questions. It's about trying to formulate the creative and critical thinking questions. When that is done in groups, they can get the support. Or it can also be done in pairs and individual. And in phase 3, the pupils should be more independent in formulating the creative and critical thinking questions. Perhaps that can be done in pairs or individually. In short, I would say that AANEC is learner friendly. It can be done step by step, and it can be easily applied and adapted. Definitely it is zero cost and it doesn't take much time to be implemented. Ladies and gentlemen, due to the time limitation in this presentation, I will quickly mention a few examples here. This is based on the textbook Full Blast Plus 4. Let's say based on this short text, pupils discuss with your friends and they formulate question number 1. What do you think happened to the business at the ski resorts? That is one example of a creative and a critical thinking question. Next, based on a different text, English download. Let's say they ask this simple question, number 2. What can you conclude from this text? This question can be easily asked by any pupil. And now the third example, based on this short text taken from close-up textbook, you could see different choices of activities which teachers could carry out. Of course, it is up to the teachers to decide. As long as collaborative and communicative activities are promoted, that should be fine, as long as the pupils are given a platform to formulate creative and critical thinking questions like number 1 down there. Would you pay 3,000 ringgit for a course on building a website? AANEC is definitely a creative innovation that addresses the teaching and learning issues faced by teachers as well as learners. To me, AANEC equips pupils and teachers with an effective tool to pose and respond to creative and critical thinking questions. And definitely, AANEC enhances teachers' score in SKPMG2 Standard 4, in particular 4.4.1, 4.6.1, and a few other aspects which involve collaborative tasks done by the pupils. Now, what about the effectiveness of AANEC? Surely AANEC is effective when teachers become more confident to ask and guide their pupils. And in terms of the pupils, when they're able to ask creative and critical thinking questions, definitely that shows the effectiveness of AANEC. And they also become active readers. The effectiveness of AANEC is also enhanced when we can see more collaborative, more communicative activities conducted through the implementation of AANEC. And what is very important here, when the pupils have mastered the skills of asking creative and critical thinking questions, they are equipped with the lifelong skills. Now, what about the potential of AANEC? First of all, AANEC can be a problem solver, as all of us know. It can address the learning and teaching issues faced by the teachers as well as the pupils. It can also be a performance enhancer. It helps teachers to score better points in SKPMG2 Standard 4. And what about its replicability? To me, AANEC has a high replicability because it is based on Bloom's taxonomy, which is universal. All English teachers are very familiar with Bloom's taxonomy, and it can be easily applied in any textbook. And in Malaysia, as we know, we use standard English textbooks nationwide. What about commercial values of AANEC? Definitely, AANEC is a valuable innovation and tool to bring about positive changes in ESL reading classrooms. However, ladies and gentlemen, AANEC is not for sale, and AANEC is never designed for profit making. To me, AANEC is an innovation that is developed with sincerity for the benefits of mankind. I hold to this principle. Where there is a sincere effort, there happens a precious success. So with that note, Thank you very much.